For those of you watching us, we come to celebrate Uganda here in the land of Ham, the land of Kush, in the Pearl of Africa. We are in the celebration of 57 years since we had the first independence in the 1962. In the year 1962, Uganda had its first independence.
In the new Africa, one more independent country, the state of Uganda. At Entebbe Airport, Prime Minister Milton Obote and His Highness the Kabaka wait to greet the Britannia, which brings the Duke of Kent to represent the Queen at the independence celebration.
There is something concerning the independence. Uganda has its 57th year of independence since 1962, when we celebrated our first independence. When they gave us the independence, Britain said unto us that we were liberated from their ruling and occupation, but we never got liberated from their colonialism. The liberation was in the area of them moving away from the occupation of Uganda, but they still stayed ruling over us, administrating everything we own through the commonwealth.
Because Uganda is gaining its freedom without bitterness, at its own request, becoming an immediate member of the Commonwealth. For Uganda has asked to be and has been accepted as a full member of the Commonwealth, of which the Queen is head. Good luck to a new country, a new member of the Commonwealth, a new member of the growing community of African peoples. Britain has come a long way with you and wishes you well.
So you mean that we having an independence, it was really not, we were not independent. So you want to tell me that when they gave us an independence and then they tricked us into entering into something called Commonwealth, and Commonwealth was also something that is going to control us and keep us from being free, yet they are telling us that we are free? Is that what you mean? Exactly, that's what I mean. You see, this telling us that we've got an independence, it wasn't really an independence. It was something like, if independence was made up of 100%, so they gave us something like 20% of our independence. And the rest, which is 80%, they kept it for themselves. And how did they do that? They said, okay, well, you people, you look like you're tired of us occupying in your country. But what we're going to do, we're going to give you your independence. But after we have given you independence, we shall move from here and go back in our country in Britain. But from there, we are going to give you the right to exercise some powers with us, and you'll be part of the Commonwealth. You see what I'm saying? We came out of the colonial masters' rule and occupation that occupied Uganda, and we moved into something which is called the Commonwealth. So right now, as we speak, as we celebrate the 57th year of our independence, Uganda has been under the colonial masters' rule, regulations, and administration that administrated how we are taxed, what we buy, what we import, what we export, and how literally the guns we use to fight against each other and who we are fighting, and literally how we are governed as a nation. We were still under the Commonwealth governing us in all those dimensions that I spoke about. So the Commonwealth was just like putting us under the Commonwealth, ruling us again, a new level of ruling us. At the same time, they are controlling and governing and regulating the taxes we are paying, the regulating they give us, they check everything, how we do it, what we trade, how much they are taxing. Literally, we are borrowing money through the Commonwealth, and we are owing a lot of interest rate from all these countries that are European in nature. Commonwealth was just like another level of slavery, which is slightly looks like you're free, but the fact is you're still a slave, and colonized slave to them. Now, the next thing that I want to say is this. You see, in the year 2019, this is the same time, in the month of October, we have celebrated Yom Kippur on the 9th, the 8th, and the 9th of October. When God forgives sin, on the Day of Atonement, when God releases people from their debts, when God makes them free from their slave masters. It is very funny that this is when also Uganda has become 57 years of independence. So our 57th year literally represents that definitely we are coming out of slavery. Our 57th year represents that indeed we are free from the slave masters' colonialism. Even we are free from the commonwealth itself. Why? Because in the year 2019 marks the 400 years, the first boat touched down in Virginia, where they took slaves from Africa from 1619 until now, 2019. That is a period of time of 400 years. And God said to Abraham, your people will be slaves. Africans will be slaves in countries all over the world. And even their own country, they will be treated as slaves. But I'll bring them out with wealth. I'll deliver them and I'll make them free. So this 57th year, 2019, 57th year of our independence, marks something that Uganda is being the first nation of Africa that is literally initiating the liberation into all the other countries of Africa. Are you seeing that? Yes. Now, when you count and you look at our calendar right now, we are in the 57th year celebrating the independence, which marks that Uganda and Africa, right now as we celebrate our independence, Africa is coming out of the leadership, the reignship of colonialism, the political system that rules over us, whatever that is governing the riches, the resources, the raw materials of Africa, controlling them, trying to manipulate, to start wars and elect presidential offices that are oppressing Africa. All this has come to its end. Why? We are in the 57th year of our independence, which means Africa is being liberated. And the 57th year of Uganda having its independence reflects exactly what God's doing over Africa.